Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Whizark. Whizarky on Twitch, by the way. Check it out. I stream once every month, and wouldn't you know it, it is New Year's. And my question for you today is, what are your New Year's resolutions? The two people that might watch this video, leave it down in the comments. I am very interested. Except I don't really care, and I probably won't respond or read it. Unless your New Year's resolution was to get a response from me, then you know what, maybe I'll respond. But the point being is that everyone's hearing New Year's resolutions right now. Whether it be from friends, family, co-workers. I'm gonna be real, I don't think anyone here would have a job. Anyone that'd be watching this would have a job. But like, no, in all seriousness though, I'm sure a lot of New Year's resolutions are going around, and I'm personally like kind of annoyed of them, mainly because a lot of people set up either big goals or just goals in general that won't get completed. In fact, while I was looking into stuff, apparently only around 2 out of 10 people actually do complete their New Year's goals, like 20% of people. And I would bet that a majority of people who like exist on the planet Earth, like I don't even think this is like a cultural thing, set New Year's goals and resolutions. And you know, 'cause, I mean, that's the whole idea of New Year, New Me. Everyone thinks about that. Everyone's probably said it before, unless it's like, you know, you don't say that in Spanish. Maybe it's Nueva Euro or something. But no, I'd imagine that most people have said that before. But like, most people are gonna set these goals and they are not going to actually go for them or meet them. And a lot of them also are looking like way too high, really. Like, oh, like, again, New Year's goal of like, oh, I want to lose weight. I think that's a good general goal. But a lot of people maybe are like, oh, I'm gonna get fit. Or like, by lose weight, they mean they're gonna be fucking hot, right? And that's sort of like a bigger goal to set. Mainly, especially a lot of these people, their goal of doing it is going to be starting out with very high volume. Like, okay, we're gonna start going to the gym, like 3 times a week, bro. We're gonna get jacked. But doing things in such a high volume like that in such an instance will only put someone off that quickly. And that's just makes it to where it's not really an effective goal. And in fact, I hate it, because it makes you sound so pretentious, but like, anyone who's read like even like a couple pages of like Atomic Habits, and I'm one of those people. I've only read like, I'd say like half the book. It's not even a long book, but I couldn't even get through it because it's so, I mean, it's not pointless. I feel like there was some good lessons in there. But now if anyone doesn't know, it's basically a book about making good habits and keeping them. And it's kind of like an idea of having structured habits with like, you know, an idea of like, okay, this is like my identity, this is the habit. You can set it up with even smaller habits that lead into a bigger habit. I'm just trying to think like in general what was being said. But the point being is that developing strong like goals requires, like meeting big goals requires strong habit development. And a lot of these people are setting up these goals but with no idea of how they're gonna meet those goals, or maybe even not with like an actual intent to do it, which especially kind of sucks because I feel like a lot of these goals are truly acknowledging something like a need within a lot of these people to change, a want to change, like wanting to lose weight. Maybe they feel bad about that, or like want to be healthier. And so they set these goals. You know what? They're not gonna lock in. Most of these people aren't gonna lock in. And if they were going to lock in, I feel like they would have did it sooner. As again, a lot of these are serious goals, serious changes that people may need in their life. And they're not doing them already, and they set an arbitrary time period to do this goal within, all right, 2026, new me, I'm gonna change. When instead of having a set point like that, an arbitrary set point, you can set this goal earlier and actually start working towards it. In fact, I think the best thing for people to do if they're setting goals near New Year's is to just jump straight into that habit and make a plan for it. Instead of waiting for the new year to try and make a change for yourself, make the change in yourself now. And, make the change in yourself now, that doesn't make... that's kind of funny considering it is the new year, but you know what I mean with that. If you want to set a goal and build good habits, you gotta start somewhere. And I guess having a good arbitrary point might be good for some people psychologically, as they might not have the full drive to do it, but you're not gonna just all of a sudden develop the drive because a certain day has passed. And I do think setting like deadlines and stuff like that for like goals and habits can be good. In fact, I've done that before and it has worked, but that's going to depend on your mindset and whether or not you need to set that because you're procrastinating on it and it's something that you need to get done, or if it's like something that isn't super important to you. I think that makes sense, kind of. But point being is, though, that it's kind of just a dumb idea to set a date to finally start working towards a better you when you could be doing that all year round or just all the time, really. But yeah, no, it's funny that I do say all this because I do technically have like a lot of New Year's resolutions. In fact, I have them written down. Let me look through some of them real quick. But yeah, really, these aren't exactly New Year's resolutions, but sort of just goals that I have set for myself. And in fact, I started a lot of this and a lot of these goals for myself about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, I would say. Around the same time, I posted a YouTube video about like what I wanted to do with the channel and everything, and that was kind of when I was shifting my focus and perspective and on what I kind of wanted to do. So that's especially why I released that video. And so I do have some goals set up that I'm planning on meeting this year. It's more so just like small things of like wanting to improve or like projects that I want to work on. Especially with schooling. That was mainly what shifted my focus, was the end of this semester and what I kind of realized I could be working on myself in order to further both my education and my future career prospects. So yeah, nerd emoji shit. But like, point being is, though, I have a lot of goals that I am setting up for myself in that manner, and I was setting these up beforehand, and I started working on these beforehand too. Like, for example, I'm currently working towards a certification. I started that beforehand, before the year. I didn't set a like idea start this once the year starts. No, I said I'm gonna start this now because it's something that I want to do, and I'm gonna just get a start on it. And I have set a schedule for when I want to do things, and obviously I'm not going to completely follow those things, just depending on the days. Like today I didn't do anything because I've been feeling pretty sick, felt pretty tired today, so I kind of took today as a rest day. But as I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, you know what, I should record this video. It was a pretty good idea. Why not just ramble on about it and make some stupid commentary video, even though I said my focus was long form content. But why not do a video about this? But yeah, no, lot of plans for me this year too. But despite that, I don't think that having New Year's resolutions is like great. I think if you want to work towards something, you should actually make a scheduled out, fully thought out plan on how you're going to do that thing and go for it. Setting a day for something like that is overall historically proven ineffective. And it's a tradition. It's something that has gone back for what? Yeah, 4,000 years apparently. And like it's a cool idea. Cool idea, I get it. But you're not gonna just change like that. Your goals and ideals don't just change. Your discipline doesn't change. So I just say work on those things immediately instead of setting a day for it. I don't know, but yeah, at this point, it'll go on the ramble material, and I will just run myself in circles. In fact, this is like the second time I'm recording it here because I feel like I've ran myself in circles with the other times, or I just like get bored of it and break to a point where I'm just saying some random bullshit. So we're gonna cut it off here. Yeah, my point being is though, I don't think anyone should really put any ideas in on like New Year's like type of stuff. You need to set an actual goal for yourself and work towards something. Like I think that aspect of it is good, but it's more so about like the culture around it of like setting a big goal and not really doing it. Because I think it's very important to try and improve yourself and trying to be a little bit better every day. And I mean, it doesn't really matter whether or not it's like an arbitrary day or not that you decide to do that. But a lot of these people are setting goals that they're not going to meet. And that's upsetting. So that's why I think it's stupid. Really. That's why I think it's stupid. A lot of goals aren't going to be met. And with a more structured, thought out idea or plan, people will be able to meet their goals a lot more. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some guy that looks like Asmongold. Alright, that's it. Peace.